tomorrow, people of the Internetiverse, and welcome to this week's Tasteful Nudes. I believe this is episode 4?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm so lost on... Because of that first one we didn't release, I'm so fucked about which episode we're on. Several times I uploaded the second episode as like episode 3. And I had to go back and change it.
Anyway, I am your bodacious host, Dan, as always, joined by the delicious damsel, Paul Austin.
Get off of my land! I'm going to stick with that. That's going to be my intro from now on, that I say at the beginning of every pod.
I look forward to it every time.
Good.
Like,
Thanks.
Maybe even add in a shotgun sound just to really make it authentic, really sell it.
Get off of my land!
Really sell
I will
it home.
now. I definitely will. I love that idea.
Or go full Yosemite Sam, just scream, get off my land, and then just fire pistols in the air. Like,
loads of pistols. That'd be good. I am going for this, the cowboy thing, aren't I? The kind of southern cowboy.
I'm really picking up on the cowboy vibes from you recently. There's a lot of cowboying. Like, do I need to buy you Red Dead Redemption 2 or something?
I've got it. I've actually got it.
Do we need to get it out of your system?
I've got it, but it's too big to install, so it'll take like hours. And I'm like, I can't be fucked. So I wait and leave it.
I couldn't get along with it either.
Game
I wasn't
chat.
a fan, personally.
Should we start with a bit of game chat? Do you wanna? Have you been? What have you been playing recently?
So, I believe as of last week, I was still making my way through the Halo Master Chief Collection. So I've pretty much done that now. I've done 1, 2, 3 ODST and got halfway into 4. I went, no, can't be arsed, I'm out.
I didn't even know there was a fourth one.
Oh, there's 5.
There's 5.
There's 5 numbered ones, and then there's Halo 3 ODST, and there's Reach, and there's a bunch of other, like, spin-off
What
things.
does ODST stand for? Oh,
Orbital Drop Shock Troopers. So essentially, instead of playing, Master Chuffy in his favourite wank doll, you instead play as Random Burke number 1,
Lovely.
who they never give a name or a voice, just called Rookie, which just feels very offensive. And your commanding officer is called Buck, and I think he's played by Nathan Fillion.
Right.
Because why wouldn't he be?
Of course.
And of course. So that's, it was alright. It was something to do. But I beat those. I lost a challenge with a friend of mine.
Right.
So I had to 100% complete Crash Bandicoot 1. Which was hellish. It was very difficult to do and was very much getting on my nerves. Especially the levels where it's like, you have to get all the boxes and not die.
Yep.
And then there's
Slippery
one
climb.
where I did that the whole time. Got to the end. And they're like, oh, by the way, to get all the boxes in this one, you have to have a gem from a later level. So I spent 2 hours not dying when it didn't fucking matter. I'm not bitter. I don't even care.
Love that game.
Immensely. And so now I'm playing Link to the Past, because it was one of the free games on the SNES emulator on Switch. And I've run out of shit to do.
What's happening with Yakuza?
What is happening with Yakuza? They still haven't released any more on Xbox One or any of the consoles I've got. I could probably go into... when CEX reopens in town, I'm going to go in and see if they've got them on any of the other consoles I own, and see if I can't give them a go.
Fair enough.
At the moment, Yakuza is done.
Yakuza's done for.
It's not fair.
I've been playing... I've not been playing much. I started playing Celeste, which is the kind of... It's kind of Super Meat Boy-esque platformer, I guess. In that you sort of die and then instantly respawn on the same screen. It's good. I'm enjoying it.
The jumping and the boosting and the strawberries.
Yep, I'm enjoying it. I like it. It's fun. I'm not too bothered about the story or anything. But
it being a story-driven game and you don't care.
It's got a bit of story. Is it a story-driven game? Would you say?
I believe so, but it's indie games. Most indie games are story-driven.
Yeah, but
because they can't really be like, look at our graphics, look at how much amazing stuff we can do with our 10 pence. So they have to go by a good story normally.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not feeling the story as much.
I don't remember the story. I couldn't tell you.
No. So I'm just playing it for the
The sexual thrill. Yeah,
Yeah, sure. The sexual thrill.
why not?
I've got a question for you, Dan. Do you hate watch anything?
Do I hate watch?
Yeah, do you ever hate watch?
What's something that you hate just to get you angry?
Yeah. Is that a thing that you do?
I don't do it on my own.
Okay.
But I will do it with other people.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. I won't sit and watch something by myself to get angry because 90% of the planet makes me angry.
Yeah.
So I don't need to find a specific thing to do it. Whereas when it's with other people, they'll put on things, or I'll put on things that we hate specifically to piss people off.
Yeah.
Like I keep forcing my friends to watch the Furry Force at the moment because they
Right.
hate that, and it's amazingly awful.
The
And it
Furry
is great
Force.
fun watching them go, oh God, not again!
Well, I mean, you know me, Dan. I'm king of the hate watches.
I know how much you love a hate.
I'm king of the hate
I know
watches.
you love to hate.
I'm pretty much most of the things that I watch. I'm watching because I hate them.
Yeah.
And I've recently, I mean, I've got loads of time. Maybe I could make this a feature. Paul's hate watch. Paul's daily hate watch.
Paul's hate watch of the week.
But the thing that I mostly hate watching recently is, are you aware of a YouTuber? I hate that phrase. Shit, innit? Influencer. Online prankster, Ben Phillips.
I've heard of him. There's a guy I used to work with, loved him, and kept putting them on. I'm like, ha 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 ha. Ha, ha, ha. Yes.
Well, his whole
this
gimmick,
is the funds.
his whole gimmick is that he like pranks his brother, Elliot Giles, who is he's really angry all the time.
Yeah.
And he's really susceptible. He's been pranking him like pretty much daily for like years. I think. I mean, I know. The thing is, Dan, I know so much about this guy now and the way his videos work. It's actually kind of unnerving. I probably know more about this guy than like all of his actual fans do.
You've been hate watching him so much that you now unfortunately love him.
Well, the thing is, I don't love him. I hate the guy. I really hate the guy. I particularly hate him, Ben Phillips. I hate his brother as well.
Yeah.
But I really hate him. But I'm really fascinated by his videos because they are so clearly fake, and not just in a kind of, oh look, we pretended to prank my brother, which is what they were at the beginning. But they've gone to the extent where they've like built a set. So his bedroom, they often prank the guy in like his bedroom, but they never show outside the door, even when they're like, you'd think that they would. They never have a shot out from the bedroom looking out into the hall or whatever. You never see that angle. You never see out in the hall apart from like the door. So they've so clearly built this set that they can just destroy, but they're still pretending like that's his bedroom. And I look down in the comments and nobody else has seemingly figured out that they've built a set. They're all like, I can't believe...
Probably, Paul. It's probably because the people watching his videos are either A, 6 years old,
Yeah,
B,
all right, okay.
drunk or off their tits on something, or C, don't care. And that's probably the biggest one.
Yeah.
They just don't care.
Possibly.
They're here to watch a fat angry man get angry at a random thing and start screaming about the fact that his toothpaste has been changed with cement cork and technically he's probably dead, but it wasn't actually cement cork, it was really toothpaste the whole time, but don't tell anyone. They don't care.
Yeah, you pretty much nailed it.
You can literally be flashing the whole time, it's bollocks, it's bollocks, it's bollocks. These people will still laugh.
But the thing is, I like it, but I think there's some genuinely quite good filmmaking techniques that they employ to kind of get this, just sort of cutting all this bit of stuttering. They genuinely employ some quite sort of intelligent and well thought out sort of filmmaking techniques to make these pranks look sort of realistic. But sometimes they just won't bother. They'll just be like, well, it doesn't actually matter because they're all kids, so it doesn't matter if like this is a physical impossibility. It doesn't matter that superglue won't hold a human being by his teeth like above a pit. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that is literally impossible. Just knock me a microphone in anger. Doesn't matter. We can get away with it because these stupid kids will just think, oh yeah, that's how super glue is basically like the diamond equivalent of bonding agent.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is their quality will have gone up because they make so much money. They'll be sponsored by like a big company that's like, right, okay, we're going to send over proper filmmakers. There'll be people that have gone to university, done a full film degree, have spent their entire life being like, oh, one day I'm going to be the next Martin Scorsese, I'm going to do all these great films, I'm going to do all of this. And they're like, no, you're going to sit at a desk and you're going to edit this fat guy jumping out of a pool and slapping his brother in the tits. That's your fucking job now. You're going to do that 6 days a week for the next 6 months.
Thing is, though, Dan,
and after that, you're then going to slap the other fat guy in the tits and you're going to fucking like it.
Thing is, though, Dan, I would do it. I would love to work.
Yeah,
I would love to work with Ben Phillips, and I'd love to edit his videos. This is a call out.
This is
Philip.
a shout out.
If you
to
ever
Ben
want
Phillips,
someone to edit videos, I will do it. I mean, you cannot.
Pay me.
I mean, you cannot trust me not to include like subliminal "this is fake" messaging. You cannot trust me to not include that.
That would make it funnier for me if I was watching a video of like these totally real pranks. This is exactly what happens, guys.
Yeah.
And there's you, like you've edited underneath. There's just like very subtle in every bush is the phrase spelled out. Everyone's taking the piss. I'd fucking love that. Like every episode, try to find where you've written "this is wank" on someone's wall and see if I can find it. It would be amazing. Yeah. I'm on board.
Thing is, Dan, they're not even real brothers. They won't admit it.
Well, one's called Elliot Giles and the other one's Ben Phillips. Like the names kind of gave it away. I wanted to mention that at the beginning.
But like they'll get asked in interviews, "Are you real brothers?" And they'll be like, "Oh well, you know, different mums and that, or different dads." But they'll never. I don't even believe that's true. I think they're just friends, and now they live this life where they pretend that they're brothers.
It's too late to back out of it now.
Yeah,
like,
I think
going for like 29 years.
It feels like they're trapped in a lie. I'd love to take Ben Phillips. I'll tell you what I'd do. I'd take Elliot Giles aside and I'd say, "Are you happy with this? Are you happy living this lie? Are you happy living as when people look back on you in years to come, all they're going to remember of you is he was like slapped about and thrown about and got angry and said kind of borderline offensive things. And do you know what they will remember? That it wasn't even real. It wasn't even real." And I'll say that to him. And hopefully he'll sort of.
Do you think
break
that's
down
going to break his heart and make him think, "Oh no, I've got to change my ways"? No, what he's going to do, Paul, is go, fair enough, pull out the thousands of pounds he makes per video and wipe away the tears with a fucking £20 note. Is what he's going to do.
But he's like, but he doesn't. He presumably doesn't get the money coming in directly. He presumably gets all the money from this lad Ben Phillips, who's not even his real brother.
If they're brothers, maybe they've got a joint account.
They're not even brothers. They're not brothers, Dan. I'm telling you, they're not.
Well, maybe the fact that they work on the channel together, it's, maybe split 50-50.
I do imagine this. I don't actually believe this is true, but I imagine this kind of scenario where actually Elliot Giles is like a really intelligent. He's got like a degree
Shakespearean trained actor.
He's got like a degree he's got a degree in classics as well, like. But he just plays this sort of horrible character. Comes home, takes off his wig, gets into his smoking jacket and pours a glass of sherry.
Sits there, swills it around in his little chalice.
And reads a bit of Chekhov.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about today. That was.
You can hear Mozart playing in the background. Well, Paul, it's all like. I promise you, we're not fake, unlike Ben Phillips and his mate.
No.
Your points here have A, answered one of the questions I was going to ask.
Oh, really?
And B, led into one of the questions I was going to ask as well. So my one question was, are we doing features on this? Is that a thing we do? Or is that, stealing from other unnamed places?
I mean, we can
but
do
apparently
features.
We are when your hate watch is now a feature, so fuck it. Here's a feature of Dan asking Paul questions. Did you ever piss him off? Mm-hmm. So I've only got 2 this time rather than 4.
That's fine.
So the first one linked perfectly to your hate watch. What's the best prank you've ever pulled on someone?
I don't really pull pranks. I sort of tell people things to sort of mess with them. But I don't like prank people. There was a guy who I used to work with at HMV. He was a Christmas temp. And he was... I hated the guy. He had this stupid fucking T-shirt that said "Smash the Patriarchy" on it. But, like, he was a total cunt about it. Like, fair enough, you know. It's a bit weird having a fella walking around just saying that. It's a bit like saying, "Smash the patriarchy," because I'm not part of that. I'm not part of the patriarchy, so you don't have to worry about me. I'm basically like a lady. I'm basically on your side, so you don't have a go at me. Accept your part in the patriarchy, you total tosser. But also, like, I don't know if I should tell this story, but we were having...
I mean, isn't the place closed down? It's not like they can sue.
It's not a HMV thing, it's just it's a him thing.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't work,
it's not like he's going to be
anymore.
Watching this, is it?
He was let go. He was let go after Christmas because he was shit. But so we had this little drinks. This was the year that I first was a temp. So I was a temp at this point with this guy, and they kept me on, got rid of him.
Woof.
Woof. And we all had these temp drinks to kind of get to know each other. And there was a guy who showed up who was like just a really weird sort of kind of rapey guy, and tried it on with a few of the temps.
Nice.
And this guy, Kyle, I've just said his name.
You can beep it if you want.
I'll beep it. I didn't even mean to say it. It just came out. He said, he said, yeah, I mean, the worst thing about guys, bearing in mind, this guy, like, properly tried to creep onto like, touching and everything. It's proper creepy. Yeah. The worst thing about guys like that is that, you know, it makes good guys like me look bad. He said this totally honestly and totally earnestly.
Jesus.
Fucking, yeah, that's the worst thing about them, isn't it? This is the guy who went around saying... the other thing he said on that same drinks, we asked just what everyone was into, and he said, one of my great passions in life is feminism. I just wanted to smack him. One of my great passions in life is feminism. Yeah, because you know, you think it might get girls to snog you. That's it. The only thing you care about. Tosser.
Well, he didn't get the job for a reason.
But anywho, that wasn't what I was going to say. What he once came... I really didn't like the guy, basically. That's the kind of preamble to this story.
That's what we should take away here.
Is he came in and he was reading Watership Down, and he was just at the beginning of the book. And I said, "Oh, reading Watership Down." And I sort of did that thing where you act like you're going to give like a spoiler. And I said, "It's good." I said, "It's good, Watership Down. The ending's kind of wacky." And he was like, "No, don't tell me. I was like, "No, it's all right. It's just that they sort of... it's weird how they sort of... At the end, they sort of build these robots out of, like, wicker and straw and stuff. And they, like, attack humanity and they sort of win." And the guy didn't actually believe it. He was like, "Yeah, sure, yeah. But so just me and him were in the staff room at this point, and then someone else who works at HMV came in, and I said, "You've read Watership Down, you know the ending where they build robots? That's true, isn't it?" And obviously this person, knowing that I was obviously on the wind up, said, "Yeah, oh yeah, I remember that bit. Yeah, it's crazy." And then the guy, this guy was like, "Oh yeah, Kyle." He was like, "Yeah, great, yeah. It's not actually that funny. It's actually not that funny now, is it, Paul?" And what an absolute fucking mistake that was. Because
you doubled down.
Because of course I fucking doubled down.
Challenge accepted, motherfucker.
So I got every single person who worked at HMV to back me up on the fact that was how it ended, to his face. And then I got a bunch of customers to say it as well.
Oh, way to spend the workday.
So obviously it was kind of a prank. But also, like, I only did it because I knew that he was annoyed that I was trying to prank him. Not because I thought he'd believe it. But I mean, why would you say that? If someone was winding you up, don't ever. Here's Paul's tip of the pod. If someone's winding you up, don't go. Yeah, stop now. It's not actually that funny. Don't tell them to stop. Laugh. That's what you should do.
Oh, really?
What you should actually do is go. That's brilliant. That's really good. Just laugh for like hours, and then they'll probably be like, "Well, they're weird. I'm not going to do that again."
See, I find just like slowly sidling up to them, getting like in their personal space, and be like, "I loved that. That was great."
That's probably better.
That seems to work because people
That's
then are like,
better.
"Okay, yeah, you win. I'm fucking out."
Yeah,
like,
no, that's better.
You double down on these motherfuckers. They turn around and try and take the piss out of you. You turn around and be like, "That was amazing. I'd love to taste your skin." And soon, nobody wants to fuck with you again.
Yep.
You make one comment about
perfect.
tasting somebody or like stealing their underwear. Suddenly, you're a crazy person. They don't want anything to do with you.
Funny that, isn't it?
It's a lesson for life, kids.
Yep. So does that answer your question? What's the biggest prank you've ever pulled?
Again, I can't say I've ever pulled pranks because I'm not that kind of person.
No, they're a bit weird. They're a bit weird, aren't they? Pranks. A lot of them are like you just. I don't quite get the ones.
Mean to somebody and laugh about it.
I don't quite get the ones as well where you like leave a prank for somebody and then go and you don't see like the aftermath. What's the point?
You could imagine how funny it is. I don't know.
I guess, but
it seems stupid to me.
Yeah.
I tell a lie. I think the best one I ever did. We were in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to bleep his name because he's been on the podcast. He's been on the show. Sorry, he's been on the DDC like 30 millennia ago.
You're not going to bleep his name. I'm doing the editing.
What? I'm not going to ask you to.
If I want to bleep his name, I'm going to bleep it. If I can bleep anything that I want, I can bleep anything that I want on this show. Anything.
You just bleep me out. You could just bleep me out and just talk to yourself the whole pod, can't you? You have full power over my whole dignity. It's great.
Exactly.
As you've probably done on the previous episode. So, in high school, I think I was probably 15, maybe 16, and it was coming up to Valentine's Day, and they kept advertising all around the school that for like £3 you could get a
school
rose.
Orgy.
I wish. I mean, no, God, that would be weird.
Remember to bring in your permission slips for the school orgy.
I'm sorry, Mr. Jones. My son Daniel cannot attend the school orgy as he has athlete's foot. Please make sure he is attended to. So I have to fucking sit in a spare room while the orgy goes on. Jesus. So they were selling roses, like plastic ones.
Right.
I think they were. Maybe real ones. I don't really remember. But you could buy a rose and attach a note to it. And certain kids would be going around and posting them and bringing them into lessons. Or they'd be given to teachers and teachers would hand them out. And so I came up with an elaborate scheme.
Sorry, hang on. Imagine you're in a class with somebody and like a kid comes in and gives like a Valentine's love note on a rose to a teacher.
Oh, God.
They'd get bullied to fuck. Unless the teacher was really hot, I suppose, and they were doing it as like a power move, I suppose. I think I've told this story elsewhere on another podcast. Can't remember the name of it now.
Yeah, it's probably shit.
But there was a teacher in my high school she was like the kind of, I can't remember her name now. It's probably better that I don't say it, actually. But she was like the hot teacher. She was a science teacher, I think. And her husband died. And she left the school, partly because of that, but also partly because one of the students, I'm paraphrasing here, but one of the students said, Miss, now that your husband's kicked the bucket, would you go out with me? So she left the school.
Jesus.
How bad is that? Fuck me.
That's fucked.
So this plastic rose... Sorry, Dan.
I will fucking finish my story. So yeah, they essentially were given to teachers, and the teachers would then hand them out to the kids in the lesson. So I had bought one with a note attached to it to be given to Ollie.
Nice.
And I'd also gone and bought a box of chocolates gone and wrapped them up and a card. And so all of my group of friends, we used to take over the top floor science corridor. And so we're all sat there, and I think I arrived first and Ollie arrived after me. And I walked up to him and went, Ollie, will you be my Valentine? And he just goes, what? No. What? And just gets really, starts acting like a bull, apparently. And gets really, flustered and freaks out. And then I pull out this wrapped box of chocolates and go to hand it to him. And he starts freaking the fuck out. And starts going, no! Slapping it up out my hand. Get the fuck away from me. No, I'm not doing this. No, get off of me. Slapping it away.
Jesus.
Make it stop. And the guy next to him was like, Ollie, for fuck's sake, just open it. Just open it. You open it then. No, it's not for me, Ollie. It's for you. He cares about you. I'm pissing myself and trying to keep a straight face as if I'm not actually super offended. And he's slapping his breath. I don't want it. This is bullshit. And then grabs it off me and throws it to the floor. And I'm like, ow, Oliver, my heart. And I'm like, pretending like I'm genuinely offended. So I walk off to go to lessons. Eventually he's picked up this box and started, sharing the chocolates out and everything. And everyone's like, Ollie, what the fuck? He's getting really freaked out by how much he hated this and how homophobic he was being.
Damn.
So I let it go and was like, that's fine. Didn't see him for the rest of the day because, we had different lessons. I don't think we shared a lesson together.
Yeah.
So I just kept giggling to myself at the thought of this, and soon it spread around the whole school that this had happened, and people were like, what a dick. And then in maybe the 5th or 6th lesson, so last or penultimate lesson of the day, he sat there in English as the teacher, and this teacher runs D of E and's known to, rip the piss out of people. So everybody knows this teacher's kind of a dick. And he goes, right, we've got some roses here. And he starts off with Hannah, this one's from Joe. He wants you to know he loves your fucking tits, or whatever the hell it was. I wasn't in his lesson, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know he read out a few. And then he reads this one and goes, laughs his ass off. And everyone's like, what is it, sir? What is it? Goes, to Ollie, my darling forever, may our love bloom as long as this rose will. Signed,
Plastic
forever
rose.
your lover, Dadash. And everyone's pissing themselves and pointing and laughing at him. He goes bright red. He takes the plastic rose home, and for several months, maybe even several years, his mum kept that on his on the kitchen mantle, on the windowsill in the kitchen.
Brilliant.
That's probably the best prank I've ever done.
That's a good one. That is good. Ollie, come on, Ollie the Wally. Just you got to accept a bit of man love every now and then.
Yeah, he did learn from it. So next time I tried to get him, he
next time you tried to get him, you had full anal sex.
No. Next time I tried to get him, I proposed.
Oh, right.
And he just went, yeah, all right then.
Yeah.
Took the ring, and then when nobody was around, came back and went, I don't think my parents would approve, and handed it to me. I'm like, fair enough.
Classy. Well done.
You learn. You've learned. That first time's still gold.
We'll always have the rose.
We'll always have chocolates and roses.
So what's your other question?
My other question is, it's another hypothetical one, Paul.
Okay. Those are my favourites.
So you've died. So sad.
Oh no.
We'll all mourn the loss forever.
What did I die of?
You're
Corona?
at the pearly gates. You died of me getting sick of you and beating you to death with the largest, bluntest object I could find.
Realistic, yeah, I can imagine that.
Yeah. So you're at the pearly gates, and God says, well, you're kind of middle ground here, Paul. You're kind of like Marmite here. We either love you or hate you here in heaven. You've got to try and prove yourself to get in. So you can ask me one question and give me one reason why you should be in heaven. So what's the question you ask, and what's your reason for being in heaven?
Fucking hell, this is a serious question. What have I done to be a good person?
Why do you deserve to be in heaven? Doesn't necessarily have to be a good person.
Yeah, but you have to be a good person to get into heaven. I mean, actually, I'm looking now, and there's loads of cunts in heaven. Actually, I'm looking, and there's loads of absolute bellends who've made it into heaven. Can I ask God some questions?
Oh my God, was that Hitler? No, wait, no, it's Chaplin. It's Charlie Chaplin, everybody. We're all good. Jesus. Sorry, what was the...
What? Can I ask God some questions?
No, you can ask him one question, and
I want to speak to God.
He's on a
and I want to say,
schedule. There's a lot of people behind you.
Yeah, but the thing is, I want to say to God, well, why do you think I want to know why you think I think heaven deserves me. I think heaven deserves to have me, but I think heaven should have to make a bit of an effort to sort of to need me. I'm going to say all that again because I fucked that. I'm going to say it all again. Start from the beginning of the podcast.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to Tasteful
Nudes. Good morrow.
I'm going to say to God. Well, no, I want to say to God, why? What makes heaven good enough for me? You know, this is a two-way street, God. I don't think that I should automatically have to sort of kowtow to your sort of ludicrous rules. You don't like me. You don't like me. What have I done? Tell me what I've done that you don't like. Is it the sex stuff?
It's eternal paradise. You've done nothing to, enter heaven. You've, just got your.
I donated to a few charities over my time. I was always kind to sort of people I liked.
Exactly, you weren't kind to everybody else.
Yeah, but they were all dicks, God. Come off
you bullied about Watership Down.
I've noticed that he's in there. How did he get in there? What's he done that's so good? How did he get
in there? He sucked off a pantomime dame.
Is that all you have to do to get in?
It's like a secret loophole we don't tell you about.
Oh, well, I should have done that then, obviously.
That's a secret page of the Bible that got ripped out.
I would have been fine with that. To my darling Candy.
It's too late now.
All right. Just because I want to get in to have a word with that cretin, I'm going to follow your flipping weird rules.
That's your shit question. What's your reason for getting into heaven?
What's my reason? What's the question again, God? Are you God, Dan? Does God look like you?
I am playing God right now, yeah.
Well, first of all, I'm going to say this is a surprise.
I'm breaking one of the commandments.
This is a surprise.
Well, I don't know why you're shocked, Paul, to be honest. Like, I've had
you don't know why I'm shocked?
Over most of your life.
You're like a kind of pervert. I've not got a problem with that, but I thought God was supposed to be above it all.
Right, I'm not actually Dan.
Oh.
I just took the face of somebody that you'd find, relaxing and calm.
That does
somebody
work.
That you'd, feel at ease talking to.
Okay, all right.
I thought Dan would be a good choice.
No, that is a good shout, actually. If we're talking ease of conversation, then that's a good bet. Good one, God. Well done.
You've pissed your question up the wall.
No, I haven't pissed my question up the wall. Give me a chance. Give me a chance.
You just wasted your question.
No, I
You've
haven't.
just used it. Give me your reason.
Oh, is that my question to you I've wasted?
Yeah.
I didn't know I was allowed a question. So my question that I was allowed was used up with, can I ask you a question?
You got one question and one reason, and your question was...
Oh, one question and...
what does heaven have to deserve me?
Did you answer that? Did you answer that, or did I talk over your answer? God.
You talked over my answer,
your worship.
So it's too late now.
Your worship. Well, when I edit it, I'll have to listen back, I guess.
Give us your reason.
My reason? Because, God...
I'm going to give you 30 seconds, and after that, I'm going to move on to my next point.
God, I think that heaven deserves me because... Or I deserve to get into heaven because I always tried to do the right thing.
15.
Always.
Bullshit.
Okay, no, I did mostly then. Mostly. Change it to mostly.
Oh, that's...
Come on, God.
I disagree, sir. I think you attempted to do the bad thing.
No, not always.
Just for funsies more often
Occasionally,
than
not always, though. Come on.
Right. I'm not going to lie, Paul. Like, this has been a pretty shoddy attempt to get into...
Okay, I'll tell you what, God. Here's my reason. It's that I had to suffer living on your stupid planet for however long I had to live for. A couple of days would have been enough, I think, to live on that shithole. And now I'm here, and you think that wasn't enough. You try living down there, God, you absolute cunt hole. You try living down there. It's torture down there. You try it. You try it, God. And then I'm going to get all the crowd behind me to agree with me. And then we'll all turn on God, and we'll kill him. Oh, I've really spaffed my chances now.
Yeah, A, you should have called God a cunthole. Which, solid work. B, I love that you've assumed your argument is so powerful that you're going to turn around to a crowd of people that, if they're there, probably Christians, probably a big fan of God. You're going to turn to them, convince them with the argument of Earth was shit, wasn't it? Fuck that off. That's your argument to get them all to riot against the Lord.
Right, in my head, it was better than it actually was.
And then the guy that rules over the entirety of the cosmos, the 8 million people on the planet at once, you think your small crowd of how many people is going to be able to take him.
Right. So am I getting into heaven or what?
No, you can fuck off. So we're running out of time.
You've
Paul,
changed,
so
Dan. I turn to God and I say, "You've changed, Dan." And then I walk off. Gonna give Satan a bell. See if he can let me into his.
He punts you back down to Earth and gives you another reincarnation. Give it another try.
Ah, okay, all right then.
So I proceeded to, it being nice and sunny,
Mm-hmm.
I got a message yesterday saying, "Hey, do you want to come out onto the grass and enjoy the sun? It'll be lovely." I thought, well, I got a bit of sunburn on my arms the other day, so I'll wear a long sleeve shirt. This will be great. And somehow, being in the sun for less time than I was the other day, and more movement, etc., I have burnt the centre of my abdomen so severely that if I turn off the light, I can still see.
Oof.
I am now luminescent. I am Day-Glo pink.
I've seen it, listeners. It's not pretty. It's pretty damn
It's
burnt.
not pretty. It straight over the nips as well.
It's the colour of ham.
Sensitive. Yeah,
It is
exactly.
the colour of ham.
It's awful. So barely slept because of it, and I thought, right, okay, first thing I need to do this morning before I eat, before I go to the podcast, I need to go to the shops and get myself some after sun.
Yeah.
Walked into Co-op, nothing. Don't even have any sunscreen or anything. Nothing. So I then had to, wearing a t-shirt that is rubbing against every single centimetre of this burn, so everything is agony and I'm having to pull the shirt away from me, so that's now stretched to hell.
Yeah.
But eventually got myself to Spa, and instead of having it in, their medicine aisle or wherever they'd normally have it, it's on a special suntan section. So I eventually found it, and the prices are extortionate, but I expected that. But the thing that pissed me off the most about going in there is the place is rammed. And it's never normally rammed, pre-lockdown, let alone during it. And everyone, I'm stood there okay, I don't know, I've grabbed the suntan lotion and grabbed After Sun, and I'm like, right, I don't have anything for breakfast, so I'm going to have to, look around and see if I can find something. I'm sat there looking, and there's some, old guy, about 50 years older than me and about 50 stone heavier, glaring at me, and he is slowly getting closer, and I'm like,
whoa,
dude, this is, 2 meters, get the fuck back.
Yep.
And now he's just glaring at me like I've just drop-kicked his son straight over a bridge. This motherfucker looks so pissed. And I'm like, all right, fine, I'll go round and I'll come back. So I walk to the end of the aisle and think, there we go, he could look at the thing he was wanting to look at. No, he follows me.
What the fuck?
Follows me to the end of the aisle. So I turn and try and go down another aisle. He follows me down that one. I'm like, why didn't you just come down here? You didn't need to follow me up to come back down. You could have just gone up this one.
Did you say that to him?
No, I just looked at him panicked as he continues to follow me. I went back up the first one. He's still fucking there, Paul!
What?
Sorry, you can edit that.
That's all right.
He just followed me around the store, and it was really freaking me out. So I went and grabbed, I was like, right, okay, what I'll do, I won't grab anything for breakfast then. Fuck it, I just won't eat because this guy's freaking me out now. I'll go stand in the queue. I'll grab I'll grab the After Sun and everything. This will be fine. Oh, I'm running short on Pepsi Max, and I can't, be running out of that.
No.
Can't let my addiction slide.
Nope.
So went to get that. There's a queue on the wrong side, so it's going down past the Pepsi Max, so I can't get to it. I've got to wait for the queue to shorten, grab it, and then leave and get into the proper queue.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the chavviest people I've ever seen in my life is stood there, and he keeps getting at me now and is glaring at me.
Fucking what is
and
it
he's
with
just
this
carrying
weird
around
shop?
Frozen garlic bread and a pallet of mushrooms, and he just keeps glaring at me like his eyes
Got a
have
good
been
evening
supplanted with the amount of crack he's had this morning. And he's twitching as he walks back and forth, and I'm like, oh, fucking hell, what? Like, this shop has never been this bad. Is it just this bad because I'm in pain? Or is it, in fact, this bad all the time?
It's God again, that bastard. See, we shouldn't have to kowtow to his stupid rules. Anyway, sorry, carry on. God.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I eventually, stood in the queue, got to the front, bought my stuff, and I'm like, right, okay, time to leave. And again, there's a fucking queue for the door to get out. I'm in so much pain right now, motherfuckers. Please move. I have to walk home, and because I'm now walking back, I'm walking into the sun. So my t-shirt is just absorbing all that heat and pressing it against me, and I'm like,
fuck.
It was not fun.
No.
So I got in, and I actually sort of bathed in after sun. Just so much,
yeah, good call.
And then proceeded to come on here and, deal with this shit.
Yeah, I know, sorry.
Yeah, well, can't be out.
How's the after sun work? Has it worked? Has it done anything to relieve the pain?
I'm not, in agony just sitting here anymore.
Good.
It hurts when I move, but, if I sit perfectly still...
Don't stop moving then.
That's the solution.
Yeah.
Much like when you've got a cough that hurts, just stop breathing.
Stop breathing.
Just
stop breathing. Yeah.
Quit bitching and get your shit
together.
together.
You corona victims just moaning about not being able to breathe. Just don't bother then.
Just don't bother then. It's really
I'm
easy.
basically just telling people to die.
I mean, I've been telling people to do that
and
for
decrease
years,
the surplus population. That's
Woo!
Christmas Carol.
Flatten the curve of population growth.
Yep. What was your next thing you wanted to talk about? That's a horrible story, Dan.
I've got this. That was the end of that story.
Yeah.
That's the end of that. Enjoy that entirely pointless detour in my life, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it's nice.
So
to
here's
know.
the feature that I want to put forward from now on.
Okay.
So
the big finish.
What I'm going to do, Paul?
Okay.
I'm gonna pitch. You're going to have to pitch a sketch to me.
Okay.
I'm going to give you one word or a phrase, and you have to create. You don't have to write the script because we'd be here all day.
It's just
but
it's like
you
a
have
kind
to
of
come up with the idea,
quick
the sketch
elevator pitch
based around this thing.
Okay.
So I'm going to start off with a bang.
Have I got a time limit?
Just
quickly, first of all, have I got a time limit? 30 seconds or a minute or what?
No, just as long as you need.
Okay.
As long as you're willing to drag this out.
Okay, a month. A month. We're going to be recording for a month.
I mean, you have to do it by the end of the episode. That's your part. That's your time.
It's a long episode.
It's got to be done today. Yeah, it's a long episode. Fuck it.
30th of June, we finish.
That's when it's done.
Right, Paul, time for you to edit it.
So people have to listen to a whole
God.
month. There's 8 hours each day where we've fallen asleep.
I don't think, to be honest, I don't think a recording that lasts a month would export on Audacity. Got a feeling that it just wouldn't export it.
Well, Paul, we'll have to test it one day.
Okay.
But now it's not this day.
Okay.
Today, you are going to create a sketch for me on the world-ending topic of toast.
Toast, okay. Dan is in the kitchen. Obviously, this is me and you in this sketch. Dan is in the kitchen and he's waiting on the toaster. He's got his butter out. He's got his choice of spread. Maybe some Marmite. Maybe. Do you like jam?
Who knows?
Jam's funny though, isn't it? So we'll use jam because that's funnier. You've got the jam out, and the toast pops, and you cheer. You're like, yay! You spread your toast. You're all pleased. Spread your toast. You sit down, and then I come in. Just as you're about to take a bite, I come into the room and I go, Dan, don't eat the toast. And you go, why?
Why not?
Swap these characters around. It's me with the toast. You come in and say that fits better. I'm workshopping it as I go. So I'm the one who sat down with the toast with the jam. About to take a bite. You come in and then you say, Paul, don't eat the toast. I go, why? And you go, because a ghost said not to eat the toast. And I go, really, a ghost? A ghost told me not to eat the toast. You not me to eat the toast. And you say, yeah, it did. It was the ghost of William Shakespeare. Came in and it visited me last night and it said, Dan, don't let Paul eat the toast. And I said to Shakespeare, this is you saying this, and you said, and you You say to Shakespeare, why can't I eat the toast? And Shakespeare says, because, and that's all he said. That's you saying that, and that's all he said, and then he disappeared. But I don't think you should eat the toast, Paul, because if Shakespeare said it. And I go, Dan, that's a ludicrous story. If you want some toast, there's plenty of bread, and there's plenty of jam, and there's plenty of butter. You can have this. You can make yourself some toast. And you go, no, Paul, no, I don't. It's not like I want to make toast. Listen, just don't eat the toast. I'm afraid for your life. If you eat this toast, you might die and become a ghost like Shakespeare. I've slightly lost control of this script, to be honest. And I go, do you know what, Dan? Just for you, because I care about you, I'm not going to eat the toast, and I'm going to have some cereal instead. I place the toast on the side, and I go to make my cereal. Then you smile, you grin, you clap your hands together, and you immediately snaffle the toast.
Yeah.
I come back with my bowl of cereal, and I'm like, Dan, I can't believe you did that. And you're like, you should have just eaten the toast, you idiot. You knew I would have done something to it. And then you start choking. And you die. And I'm like, oh my God, Shakespeare was right. I'm like, whew, thank God I didn't eat that toast. Take a bowl of cereal, take a spoonful of my cereal, chew down on that, shaking my head, I'm thinking, and then, oh no, and I'm dropped down dead. There's a beat for a moment, we're both dead. Then there's a flash, and Shakespeare appears as a ghost. He's like, Paul, don't eat that. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm too late. And then that's the sketch. I mean, it needs work. Admittedly, it needs work.
Well, considering this is just meant to be a framework, it's just meant to be an idea. I like it. It works.
Good. Well,
we'll
make all of these.
We can use that.
We'll make all of these when the lockdown is over. We'll make all of them.
Don't make that.
And we'll make them exactly as written. We won't do any change.
Where are we going to find Shakespeare, Paul? He's dead.
No, one of us can just dress up as Shakespeare, and I'll put like a blue haze on us or something.
Shotgun not it paying for a fucking Shakespeare outfit.
Well,
That's
I would be better.
Okay,
well, it doesn't have to be like. We could do it really cheap. Just I'll comb my hair back, get like a bald cap. We'll figure it out.
We'll cross that bridge when we burn.
Exactly. But it's important to me that we don't change a single word. We enact them exactly as we say them. But I like that. Okay, that's a fun feature. I like that feature. We'll do one of those every week.
All right.
Can I ask you to do it next week? Can I ask you to come up with one on the spot? Sorted.
Yeah, sure.
Lovely stuff.
So we'll trade it out. We're going to come up with a name with it. So
okay.
We'll both pitch some names for it next week.
All right. Cool.
And we'll, seeing as we're well over time now, and I'm out of shit to say. I don't know about you.
That sketch, by the way, is called "Now is the Winter of Our Discontent." Oh,
needs some work.
Yeah,
workshop it. Come back to me.
Okay. Do you want to do the thing that we do at the end?
Yeah. Well, see you around, YouTube.
Fuck off.